welcome to the very first Bon Jovi Yoga video. So a very warm welcome to you, and especially if you have been kind of lingering, asking, wondering what happened between the 3.5 months since I posted my announcements, my first announcement. So it may not be the trailer that you find, or like the welcome video that you find on this channel, but here in November 2021, I already posted a welcome video 3.5 months ago. So that is like a very long period, and it's if you've been kind of like, if you noticed it then and you had to wait 3.5 months for this video, then a special warm welcome to you. So, Bon Jovi Yoga video, or yoga, what is it? It is the combination of doing yoga and thinking about Bon Jovi or listening to Bon Jovi, and you can kind of like do that in any format that you want. But the bottom line is that I have, used to be a yoga teacher, and I want to pick up my personal practice for yoga, and I just really, I need more than just relaxing. I need excitement, I need creativity, I need connecting to you guys. So that's why I knew 3.5 months ago already that I was going to do Bon Jovi Yoga, and Bon Jovi Yoga on video as well. So that's what this is. It is Bon Jovi inspired yoga. So it means that I'm going to tell you like a little story about a song of Bon Jovi, or about a theme, or about a lyric, and then we're going to do yoga inspired by that. If you want to, you can do your own Bon Jovi yoga with music. So then you just put on an album or put on a Bon Jovi playlist and just, do your practice either from like a sheet of paper where you have written out what you want to do. Maybe I can provide some for you in the future if you're interested. Or you can just free flow your way through the album or through your Bon Jovi playlist and do Bon Jovi that way. This series is really for if you're not familiar with yoga yet. So it's about getting to know some poses, getting to know your own body. It's getting acquainted with yoga more than like the full experience that you would have if you would, make it all up yourself and just play Bon Jovi music. But obviously, it's both Bon Jovi Yoga, obviously. So for this first video, I have prepared a few poses that I would like to do with you. Next to that, I will be adding in some extra stuff, like maybe your first Bon Jovi, or your first yoga poses that you did not know yet. And the theme is Runaway. So Runaway is the first song from Bon Jovi that was ever released. And it was released 1 year before the first album. So I checked and I saw that you couldn't see which album I have here because of the reflection. But this is the very first album, Bon Jovi. So I'll just give you a little look. And the song Runaway on this album from 1984 is actually the original demo, the original recording from 1982, made by Jon Bon Jovi solo. So this is like the only song on a Bon Jovi record that does not have the members of Bon Jovi. It's a Jon Bon Jovi song that made it into their first album, the first band album. So Runaway is a song recorded in 1982. It was released as a single by Jon Bon Jovi in 1983, and it was put on the debut album of the band Bon Jovi in 1984. So by the time it was on this record, it had been lying on the lying on the shelves, and it had been, you know, flying around, and it had been played, and it had been you know, it had made its way across America for already 2 years. So that's what we're going to do today. What do you have yoga-wise already on the shelves, probably without knowing it, probably without knowing that that is yoga? What is the runaway in your life yoga-wise? What do you already have and that you should be, you know, bringing in today? So those are the poses that I prepared for you. So, yeah, we're going to start standing. So take your feet like a little further apart than hip width, just a regular stance. Now relax the backs of your knees. So don't overstretch them, just bend them a little bit. Okay. Now, you take your right wrist with your left hand. So the left hand clasps the right wrist. Got that? Okay. Now, turn your right palm out. If you're like, I never do this is not my runaway. I'm going somewhere with this. So you turn your right palm out away from you. Yeah? You take your arms overhead and you give yourself a big stretch. Oh, it should feel really, really nice. So you give yourself a big stretch by pulling at that wrist. And maybe you can feel when you inhale how your belly gets bigger. And as you exhale, you feel how your belly gets smaller. And now turn your chin towards your left shoulder. So you turn your head, your chin towards your shoulder. You can feel your neck relaxing when you do that. Back up again and release. Okay, roll your shoulders back. So maybe you have seen my cats running across the screen. I will do introductions of who they are some other time, and then roll your shoulders the other way around. Okay, and let's try the other side. So you clasp your left wrist with your right hand. And you turn your left palm out or away from you. And you bring your arms overhead. And you stretch to the right. Now, same thing here. Maybe you feel like an instinctual, really big breath here. You can feel your belly expanding as it gets bigger as you inhale. Maybe you can feel your belly release as you exhale. So this pose really draws the breath to the sides of your body, expands the breath, the movement of the breath in your body. Now if you want, you can turn your chin towards your right shoulder. You can feel your neck relax as you do that. And then you come back up and release. So roll your shoulders. And then the other side. And relax them. Relax the arms. Okay, so I have two more standing poses which may be familiar or almost familiar. Like almost like, I think I have done this, maybe unconsciously. So your feet are still at hip width or a little bit wider, and then you take your hands like on your back, but with your fingers pointing down. So it would look like this here. Yeah. So the hands are at the lower back, or like the back of your hips, fingers pointing down. Now bend the knees, maybe even a little more than you were already doing. And now you start to circle the hips. So I know that this one is the circling of the hips is something that athletes do. Like maybe you've ever joined a running club or a running course, and I know this one is probably familiar to some of you. And then you move the other way around. So make the circles as big as you can. And then let them come to center and release. Okay, the second and final standing exercise, standing yoga exercise. And it's actually usually not like a full exercise, but it's used after intense poses to, you know, just relax and free your body up again. So you can place your hands on your hips here, and you shift your weight to your right foot. Again, bend the knee a little bit so that you can are really firmly leaning into that right leg. Then you lift the left leg up and you start to shake out the left leg. So as you do this, if your leg is fully relaxed, your left foot will start to circle. And switch around, so you lean into your left leg. Oh, that one cat is now in front of the camera. Sorry for that. This is the first video since I have them, basically. First yoga video in 2 years, I think. Something like that. Okay, so lean into your left leg and lift your right foot up, and then shake out your leg. Shake out the leg, shake out the foot, fully relax the whole leg. Yeah, and relax. Okay, so those were the standing poses. Oh no, that's not true. I have one more. One more. The third exercise. Who said I have 3 more? Okay, so you the feet are hip width again, and you place your hands now with the fingers up. So that's the other way around. The hands move to the lower back with the fingers up, and it's usually just the fingers. I have to shout at the camera because the cat is making noise with paper. So the fingers are pointing up. And then you push your hips forward to the knees slightly. I feel very self-conscious shouting at the camera. And then you just lean back. Maybe you can feel that you can now place the palms really onto backs of the hips. Nice opening in the chest. So keep your head lifted. Just feel the whole front of the body opening. And then you come up. So that last one is kind of like, maybe if you have, you know, like if you were working in the garden or something and you have been doing a forward bend all the time, then that last exercise is really something that you probably did without thinking about it. Okay, so now I am really through with the standing exercises, and I have, let's see, sitting, breathing. Let's skip that. Well, not the breathing. Breathing is a good thing. But let's get straight into legs up the wall. So I live in Nijmegen, and we have this really big walking event every year. And now with COVID, we've had like 2 years in a row where it didn't happen. But we have this really big walking event. So there's like, 10,000, I think 60,000 people walk, or 40. No, I think it's 60,000. So they walk for 4 days in a row, somewhere between 30 and 50 kilometers. And sometimes you see these people lying with their legs up a tree. So they're giving themselves a break, and they're lying with their legs up a tree. And in yoga, that is called legs up the wall. So you're going to find yourself a wall. And then you're going to, kind of like in a fetus position, you're going to lay down on one side. And then from that position, you can just turn your legs up. So your legs up the wall. So getting in it is the most important or the most challenging part. When you're there, it's really, really good. So once you found a wall, you're going to lie down, your hips are against the wall, shoulder down, and you roll in. Oh my God, this is just so good. Oh, wonderful. So feet at hip width, really relax. Take your hands open next to you. Close your eyes. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. And exhale, feel the belly drop. Just imagine that you're doing that walk here in Nijmegen, that you're walking between 30 and 50 kilometers a day, and this is one of your very few moments of rest. Now, if that was the case, how deeply would you let go? Feel with every exhale if you can relax the legs. Relax your face. And then it's time to come out of the pose. So bend your knees, roll onto your side, and you come up. So the final pose for today, your big aha pose, like, oh, that is yoga, is the relaxation pose. And the official name in Sanskrit is corpse pose. So you're going to lie down and completely and consciously relax. So you're going to, now I'm just going to instruct it, and then I'm going to sit up again. But you can stay down. Yeah, so just stick your feet at hip width, relax, let the feet drop open. Now, lie down, and then take your hands open. So you open your hands to the ceiling, and you take your arms a little bit further away from the hips. Take your head down. Now lift your head up and elongate your neck. So just take your chin a little bit towards your chest and lower your head again. Close your eyes. So you're lying down, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the breath. Inhale to the belly, to the chest. And exhale, relax your whole body down to the floor. And next inhale, big inhale to the belly, to the chest. And big sigh out through the mouth. Repeat that. Inhale to the belly. Chest, deep inhale, and a sigh, exhale. So just let the breath drop to natural rhythm. Let your body relax. And as you do that, are there any thoughts about your runaway, a project that is done, and just that it just needs you to pick it up again? Any thoughts about things in your life that you were passionate about and that you invested a lot in? And that you would like to pick up and give a place in your life so that they can shine. to breathe a little deeper. Move with your fingers and your toes. Take your hands overhead, give yourself a big stretch. And slowly come back up to sitting. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll be with you probably tomorrow or the day after that, and we'll be doing Roulette. So that's the second song of the album Bon Jovi. So see you there. Bye.